Good morning, friends. Today is the first day of lockdown 2, and why I'm starting my lecture with this lockdown 2. I want to say you something on the first day of lockdown 2. It is the lockdown of our bodies, but why we let our mind to become the victim of this lockdown? Why can't we let our mind free in the process of learning? And the process of learning starts with learning how to learn. And how to learn? How to learn a thing. It's an art which can be developed through repetition. Focus. Focus more and more. Dive more and more. In spite of getting bored, if you let boredom become the part of your life, I tell you, you become the victim of this lockdown. But if you won't let the boredom become the part of life, see how the children, they are not bored. I see children in my colony playing, gossiping, singing alone. The best way of social distancing to be a child, to be in the process so much that learning become a pleasure. And this is what we are doing with this first chapter. So I would directly come to the point. The first chapter is the tense. Tense. टेंस से बनता है टेंशन, और अपनी सारी एकेडमिक करियर में, अपने सारे एकेडमिक लाइफ में जो सबसे ज़्यादा टेंशन अगर आपको किसी ने दिया है तो वो है टेंस. एम आई राइट? यस, ऑफ कोर्स आई एम राइट, आई नो. बट इज टेंस रियली अ टेंशन? नो. Let us say, I won't go in the descriptive process of naming the grammatical term. I tell you, in 9th and 10th class, no one is going to ask you, what is present simple? What is the definition of verb? What are the rules of changing active into passive? No. They would give you the direct practical situation, editing, omitting, gap filling, sentence recording. Now, they are not saying that use verb. They are not asking to use preposition. You have to understand. You have to understand, and that understanding should be very, very intuitive. How it become intuitive? It become intuitive when you are learning the formation of a sentence logically, knowing the definitive parts of speeches. So let us come the first chapter, which is tense. The first tense, of course, when we say tense, we always say there is present tense, there is past tense, and there is future tense, right? If I ask you one question, and that question is usually asked by many of the teachers throughout the time. If I ask you, what's the real tense? Is it past? Is it future? Or is it present? You would directly come to the conclusion and would say, sir, it is present tense. No. To understand present tense, what we need, where is present tense? Can you define present tense? This moment is present tense. But once I said it is over, it has gone into the dustbin of past. And when I say, yeah, after 19 days, lockdown will open, I am just talking of the probability. But this moment is present tense, but it's very difficult to put this moment into words. So what we did, and what most of the academicians of English did is to divide this entire part of present moment into broadly what you call present tense, and it includes three forms: simple, continuous, and perfect. Now, don't go into the details of what is present simple in terms of definition, in terms of words. Instead of it, let us try to find out what is present simple. Now, I give you one word to understand what is present simple, and that word is permanent. Now, what is permanent? There are things that are permanent in a particular framework of time. For example, I teach English. Now, I teach English. That means I am a teacher of English. Permanent. I was doing, I am doing, and I will do. Permanent. For example, the nature's truth. Sun rises in the east. Now, rises, permanent feature. In some way, we can say that the things that are permanent in a particular frame of time, but they won't be permanent after that particular framework of time. If I say I teach English, but it was not that since eternity I was teaching English. Even when I was born, of course I was not teaching English. So I started teaching English as a career, and that point is the time from where I could see my present simple tense. Now, I will try to explain it with the help of a very simple example. Look at this example. Vasu. You can take any name. If you wanted to take your name, you can take. Vasu is a bus driver. Now, you know what are bus drivers? Who are bus drivers? Bus drivers, they are wonderful people taking you from one city to another city. But right now, in the lockdown, they're not doing. They're not taking you anywhere, right? So what they are doing? They are sleeping, might be sleeping. So, but now he is in, how do you say, he is in sleep. He is in sleep. So, he is not driving a bus. He is sleeping and he is not driving a bus. But he drives a bus. Look at this verb. He drives a bus. So, I can say that he is a bus driver. वो सुबह तुमको मिलता है यहाँ अजमेर बस स्टैंड पे और खिड़की में से आवाज़ देता है ना जयपुर 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 जयपुर. So he drives a bus. It is his job. You can say Anurag sir teaches English, right? I can say you learn English, right? So it is your job, what you are doing. Your mother cooks food, or your mother works in an office. So cooks and works. What they are showing? They are showing a thing that is permanent, right? So let us take a few of the wonderful examples. In lockdown, doctors and nurses, what they are doing? They are the warriors, coronavirus warriors. So nurses look after the patients in the hospital. Now, look after. Now, this look after is a phrase that means to take care. For example, you look after your grandmother, right? So, nurses look after the patient in the hospital. Now, look after, something that is permanent. I usually go away at weekends. For example, you usually do so many things on Sundays. Now, usually means the things that are repetitive in certain interval of time, like weekends. Often on weekends, I usually read my favorite books. So I hope you understand. Now, the earth goes around the sun. It's a universal truth. So it is permanent. Water boils at 100 degree centigrade. It's permanent. Right? And the important thing, universal truth are not the truth that are the truth of science. They are also the truth of habits. Like you can say children like sweets, right? Now, the thing that must be remembered in writing the present simple tense is with the subject I. You say work. I work. I work in an office. But he works. I add one S. Now, why I add one S? This is what you call the mathematics of understanding present tense. Now, the mathematics of understanding present tense is very easy, I tell you. It's not tough. Remove this word tough from your mind. Nothing is tough. I tell you, nothing is tough. If you understand the logic, if you understand where present simple tense is used, always remember this key word permanent. The things that are permanent, the things that in a particular frame are permanent, and you won't find any difficulty in understanding, in speaking, in writing the sentences and the speech is full of present tense, present simple tense. Now, how to write present simple tense? That will be the part of my next exercise, next chapter. If you want to write it down, you can write it down.